I was watching your left foot. It comes off the ground in your backswing. And you want that left foot, you want to be almost pressing the ground on your, press that left foot on the ground. And you don't want to be putting weight on your back foot. You want to put weight on your left foot. You want to be like almost like a field goal kicker, pressing the ground and then kicking. So we're pressing the ground and then kicking. So in your backswing, your golf swing is a circle. Circle has to have an axis. I want you to have I don't want your circle moving. I want you to rotate around your circle, but I want the axis to be stable. And the axis is located on the left side, because we know when we look at pros that 85 to 90% of their weight is on this foot at impact. So obviously the axis is right here at impact. And if we want to be here at impact, the moment of truth, we're going to work on stabilizing your axis. So you're going more in a circle. That's better. You'll feel that left leg flex a little bit like that. Driving through. Good. Good. Keep, on your backswing, you're going to feel the pressure. You're almost like you're squashing a soda can under your left foot. Your very first move, we don't want it to be any kind of a little twitch to the right. It's a turn. It's a twitch. If anything, it's a twitch to the left. If I was a bowler, as this ball goes back, I don't go back with it.
Right.
I actually go the opposite way.
Right. So maybe if I do slower, I just make
There you
sure
go.
that
Feel that right there. Kind of like shape it first. So you now have two thoughts. One is a monitoring thought of what your weight's doing on your backswing. And the second thought is the switch. You don't have to monitor it. Just think that. Just have the sound in your head. So you're gonna have a new backswing and then switch. New backswing and then switch. Good. Good. Because we're training the subconscious partner. Two things right now. One is the sound, but we're also kind of restricting their finish. We're saying we're going to be okay with finishing just here, as opposed to all the way around the back of our neck type of finish. And so the subconscious master says, okay, well, I've got to create that sound, but make sure I put the brakes on quickly to stop short of a natural finishing position. So I want you to create that sound and stand tall and try to look more like this. So hold that swing, create the swish, and then stand tall on the finish with your shaft on the back of your neck, close to it. Let me see what you come up here. Full all the way around circle. Good. And almost point this right shoulder right at your target. Just like that, looking right at the ball in the air. Do that again. Swing to that post. That was really good. Soft forearms, swish, and finish there. Perfect. Perfect. There, you're not still staring at the ground at the very end. You're looking out at the sky. So you still have a tendency to want to hang down. So you've got to finish tall, super tall. Just stand as tall as you can stand. Do a practice swing and hold your pose. Stand tall. That's it. There's power in this extension. There's power in that move. Good. I almost went over that hill. You were short of the red flag a while ago, and that one went over the hill, past the flag. Swing to that full, tall finish extension. Now you're using your back muscles to help swing the club. Oh yeah, Bob. So the only pre-swing thought is make sure that right hand is behind the thumb and not on top of the thumb. And then swish and pose. Kind of be looking out there at the ball in the air. If I were to swing this club on plane and swing this club on plane, the two swings would feel different, even though I'm trying to do the same thing. And that's because of the angle of the plane. So this is the driver and this is the wedge. Swinging around this plane will feel different than swinging around this plane. You are and should, with the driver, have a greater sense of swinging around your body. You want to feel like it's a real merry-go-round. Right. With the shorter clubs, it will feel a little bit like, I still want it to be a turn, not just a lift, right. But it will feel more lifty because it's shorter.
Right, but like in regards to the hybrid though, which is
it's somewhere in between those two.
Right. So
you still need to have the fundamental essentials, and that is stay on the left side. Right. You still need to have this here. You still need to have the swish. You still need to have the finish. So you don't, oh, this is a hybrid, so now I need to add this thought. No, you don't necessarily need to add any thoughts of what you're doing with an 9-iron.
And I guess just in my mind, because of the, the two. I keep thinking the hybrid more of like, if I was swinging my driver,
Well, the driver you're going to want to actually swing, you're going to reach its lowest point and come up into the ball. You can't do that when a ball's on the ground with a hybrid. You've got to actually hit the ball on the downswing. You've got to be 4 degrees down on anytime the ball's on the ground. I need you swinging down into it.
Right. Okay. All right.
On the driver, I don't want you to touch the ground, and I want you swinging up into it. That's why we tee it up on the left side, tee it a little higher.
Right. Okay.
So that changes the geometry a little bit. As you move the ball position more towards your left foot with the hybrid won't replace it. That automatically will skinny out the dip. Still a bump of the ground.
Right.
So it's much more of a circle feeling, and you want a tall finish at the end. Just like that. That was a good swing right there. Very good. That was solid. Oh yeah, Bob.
And I could tell it's from what you just said is different because I think before I felt like after I hit it, I do feel like I had a sense of coming around and then I was here and then I was dropping the club like this way, so I could feel like I was leaning.
First of all, when you finish with all your weight on your left side, that means basically the hip joint. We don't want the knee joint to support all your body weight. We want the hip joint, the stronger joint.
Right.
And we want most of our body mass to be kind of on top of this hip joint.
Right.
We want to finish here because that's 30 pounds going over here. That's going to pull us off balance.
Right.
Now you will see some pros go to here and then recoil like this, but they're keeping their arms in. They're not recoiling to here.
Right.
So you will see. If you end up having kind of a recoil, that's fine. You still want to feel like you've got good weight in on that hip right here.
But I think what I would like to say, what you were just saying, was that when I was coming through, I was coming to like right here.
Right. Oh, that's right. You were throwing everything here, but not getting it.
No, I wasn't getting the lift. I would think I was just getting the lean.
So now you're letting your arms continue on around and get on top of your left hip. If you just throw your arms here and stop them there, it's going to just pull everything over in front of you.
Right, and that's how I felt like I was doing. But this just definitely feels a lot different.
I remember looking at the video from last time. Toward the end, we worked on letting this right side turn more to help square this up.
Right.
And when you have to square that and turn that right side into the ball to finish here. That's really good. It just
feels a lot different. I mean, I can
That's a
sense it.
complete swing now. That's a full golf swing. That's just popped. Grab that hybrid. Let's take a look at that. Just let her go. All the way to the finish. No. Do another practice swing. You were staring at the ground at the very end. Stand tall. I need you to finish tall. There you go. I don't care if you top it. I've got to have that finish locked in. It's got to become a habit. Better. I've been playing golf 55 years or more. To this day, I don't have a clue how I hit a golf ball. I don't have any conscious thought, never have had a conscious thought of consciously trying to make sure I hit that thing. I don't have any awareness of this club approaching, adjusting. It's nothing conscious. It's impossible to do that. And a lot of times people have trouble consistently hitting the ball solid because they're not giving up the job to their subconscious. They're trying to do it consciously. You can't.
I'd have to agree with you.
You cannot do it.
I start overthinking it. Well, okay, maybe I need to turn my wrist more, or
Your subconscious mind can't figure it out because that's your fast computer. Your conscious mind has the slow computer. I need you to say, my conscious mind is too slow. I can't. Things are going too fast for a fraction of a second, a moment there.
right?
Man, I got like my CPU, the fastest CPU is going to have to take over that. I'm not going to give you more swing thoughts, but I'm going to adjust the backswing thought to a different kind of phrasing or imagery. I've been talking about staying on this left side and focusing on that. What I want to focus on now is the image of, I'm going to use the phrase early turn. I want you to feel like you have an early turn. I don't want you to slide while you're doing this. I want you to feel this right hip immediately turn. By moving this hip like that, it does a couple things. One, I get the club back without having to do it with my hands and disconnect here. So I want you to early turn. Feel this twisting of the hips like this. Early turn, because I need you to, because I am seeing too much of this curve this way, I know that the path through the ball is going to the left of where the face is pointing. The ball will start in a particular direction, and it's starting fairly straight, but it's in curving that way. Where the face is pointing, we basically have fixed, because the ball's starting in the direction we want it to start. It's not starting over there. But now we have a curve issue. And then anytime a ball starts on the line you want, but curves to the right, a curve that you don't want to the right, that is always, it's scientifically knowable now, that the path of the club was to the left of the face angle. So you're swinging left to where the face is pointing. So the ball's starting where the face is pointing, but because of that spin that it's putting on it, it's curving. So I need you to have the path go out more, so almost on the same line, if not even to the right of the face. In order to swing out more, I have to have you go in more. And when you have this, it's going back too straight. And I need it to come inside. So I need you to almost feel like you cannot hit that golf ball. Give you a little bit of breathing room. So you're not trying to go back to this golf ball. You're trying to go back this way. So early turn, you're going to feel yourself, and that by doing the early turn, it automatically forces you to stay on your left side. You can't do an early turn from off the right side. So set up just, and all your attention is right here, turning turn your right hip. There you go, and that starts your backswing. That starts everything to the inside. You're going to feel like your hands are going right by your right pocket. Your hands are going right by your right pocket. There you go. That's a circle. Early turn. It's a pure circle all the way around. Okay? No straight lines here. It's all curves, all circles. A little different feeling?
Yeah.
Let's do it 4 or 5 times. We'll wrap it up. Early turn. You may hit the best shot of your life. You may duff it. I don't care. All I care about, my eyes are not going to watch the ball performance. I'm going to watch that hip turn. Soft forearms when you ride. One thing I can't see with my eyes is how tight you might be.
Right.
So you got to make sure your grip pressure's light. Gives you a little bit more club head speed. Early turn. It's one of your better ones. I think that might have been grip pressure. That's the best you've hit today. That's a golf shot.
Wow.
Big difference. How much of that was grip pressure? Were you constantly changing that at all? Or is it mostly...
I was just trying to keep it light, just not.
Obviously, the geometry was better. There was a little bit more club head speed. You hit it right on the center of the sweet spot. That was awesome. And I know when I look at that video that I'm going to see you much more stable on the left side, because you just can't do an early turn without turning. If you're going to do an early turn, what are you going to turn? Where's your axis got to be? It's got to be right here.
It's got to be on.
It's got to be on the left side. That's awesome. Let me kind of recap with the camera. We talked about, we started out trying to get this rate of closure down.
Right.
We made sure our left hand was in a good position. It's a little bit stronger maybe than you were. We changed the right hand so it's more here and not so much here. So it feels like that lifeline is sitting on more of the back of the thumb instead of on top of the thumb. So it's more here. The real success on closing this club face and start hitting everything square was the swish drill. Then we worked on finishing it tall. That kind of helped get this right side through the shot. Because if the right side really can't do this, because that creates so much momentum, it has to finish all the way around. It's hard to stop short with a good right side hit. And so by giving you a destination of the finish to be further along, it allowed you to keep things aggressive here without having to stop it real quick here.
Right.
It also allowed you to use some extension here. And then the last piece is this early turn. And you even used the phrase, you copied the phrase I gave you, that right hands are going right by the pocket here. Mm-hmm. So you can even do not only do the reminder swish before you set up, but you can even, after you set up, you'll see a lot of the pros, you almost think they're working on the same thing you're working on. You'll see them kind of do this little fake backswing. They're almost trying to remind themselves of the path they want. And keeping this elbow closed, keeping the armpit closed. So I don't even mind when you're on the course and you're setting up that you kind of remind yourself of where you're going with this club. You're feeling that hip. You're feeling your hands go right by your pocket here. Here are my hands. They go right by my pocket. So I'm not going out here. I'm going right in here. So we're just doing that right there.